and then it stopped. Because there's a big engagement going on, fungals being landed on a group of those stalkers, and he really needs to land another fungal before both of those infestors die. He doesn't need to move these broodlords. Actually, it's probably better that he keeps them right there. It helps buffer some of the damage because they're not going for these broodlords over here. Vortex thrown down, not catching all of the broodlords though. And I don't know how many of those Archons he's going to get in there if he doesn't go now. Throwing down a second Vortex, which didn't actually do anything. But storms being thrown down all over this Zerg army, and this is just awful for a Zerg player. Broodlord, Archons being thrown into the toilet, and lots of damage being done to these Broodlords. Fungals going down on the Stalkers, and the Stalkers are dying. So it appears to have been just a trade of armies. And now my computer can actually handle what all is going on, thankfully. But aLHvM just remaxed right now. Also has Zerg missiles on the way for some reason. Meekin almost remaxing, just about. And is going in for another attack because aLHvM Honest supply is in building units. Is in units that are currently building. Broodlord's losing a lot of health really quickly. And aLHvM Honest being forced to retreat. Ultralisks are out now. He does have 8 Ultras right here. This army. Looks like he's going to try to get into an engagement. I don't know how much he wants to, though. It may favor him, it may not. But if he's going to commit, he really needs to commit. He needs to bring these infestors up, and he needs to fungal. Going to lose that Ultralisk there. Not going to get much in return for it, if anything at all. Going to lose that Ultralisk really quickly, if Meekin would kill it. Thank you. More Ultralisks being added to this army. Meekin not understanding that it was a tech switch. I'm pretty sure he thinks, hey, my opponent was building Ultras because it was the quick remax. We're good. But he does have 15 High Templar on the way, and now 7 Archons. So then again, those are really not... Those are more anti-Broodlord units when it comes to late game composition. Late game composition. Ultralisks don't clump up all that much because, well, they're giant units. They are massive. I'm pretty sure, yeah, they're actually considered massive. I don't know, are they considered? Yeah, they're considered massive, though, so... But Ultralisks, I'm pretty sure, are the biggest units in the game. I don't know if their presence is the largest. I think the largest presence as far as ground units go is the Colossi. But units can move under the Colossi. Losing all of those infestors really quickly. Aggressive blink forward. Throwing down a ton of storms. And those Immortals are just doing a ton of damage. This is really not looking good for aLHvM Honest. I don't know if he's going to be able to... Why? Why did that happen? I would love to know why that happened. Were there, like, corruptors? I guess so. Whatever they're worth, they aren't alive anymore. 12 Ultralisks on the way. But Meekin's just gonna push and he could win. No matter how many spine crawlers aLHvM Honest has, it's just not enough. But these 12 Ultras are about to pop. He does have a lot of Lings as well. He needs to get a really nice spread on this attack, though. He needs to almost do a complete surround. 7 ultras popping. 1 ultra immediately going down. And he's going to engage at this really terrible angle. Or he's not going to engage at all. A lot of banelings coming in here. A lot of banelings. And giant storms going down, killing most of the banelings. Effectively, that was a vast waste of money, but he still manages to chew his way through Meekin's forces, and has bought himself time to live for yet another day. These two are not on equal bases, oddly enough. They, Alive Honest will be up 2 bases if this one is allowed to finish. But this Warp Prism here probably is not going to allow that. The Warp Prism. Oh, oh, oh! Looks like these, looks like there might be an attack coming on. And he really needs to research Overlord speed, so that way these things can keep up with the rest of his army. Ooh, a lot of those Archons dying. He throws down the Vortex, but these aren't Sky units, they don't clump up like that. Meekin. Actually, I think this might have been a terrible idea. Pretty sure he tried to throw his mothership in there as well. Yeah, that was bad. All he ended up doing was losing a lot of Archons and a lot of Zealots. He may have done a substantial amount of damage to the Ultralisks, but nothing... I don't think he killed very many of them. If any. Does do enough damage to bring it down, though. Also deters the attack. 4 Infestors on the way from Alive Honest. These Ultralisks are getting badly damaged by the Archons, and it looks like he's going to go in for an attack here. I kind of like this. I think it may be a good idea. He does get an Archon. That storm was pretty big. Killed quite a few lanes. But honestly, there's just... It's kind of stalemated here. Alive Honest up by 2 bases, though. Is mining off of 1. Well, it's not even really a full mining base. It's kind of half of 1. So 1 that's not fully saturated. 2 where he has idle probes. And 3 that doesn't actually have any saturation. So, oh, there we go. Probes now saturating the mineral lines. So it's not really great. Whereas our lovely friend Alive Honest has fully saturated quite a few of his own mineral lines, mining off of not a lot of bases. Mining off of this space, and this space, all of which are fully saturated. So he is doing better than Meekin in that respect. Zerg missile attacks level 3 coming through. I don't know why. He hasn't actually used something that involves Zerg missile attacks. He doesn't throw out any infested Terran. Did use a fungal growth for that Zealot, which was completely unnecessary in every sense of the word. But he does have a Hydralisk Den coming up, so that might be the explanation as to why he got all those Zerg flyer attacks, or Zerg missile attacks. 2 more robotics bays being added on for Meekin. This is fully expected, though. It is that late in the game. Zerg missile attacks level 3, I've already announced that. But Zerg flyer attacks level 3 and Zerg flyer carapace level 3 are coming through. Alive Honest could get Protoss shield upgrades. That would be really helpful for him.